All right, welcome everybody. It's welcome back to a van blog, my channel Berserker Gang 2019, on my to and from drives to work. It is my weekend, finally a well-deserved and long anticipated weekend that I've been looking forward for a very long time now. And now it's time to go home and enjoy that and do something productive with that time. What's that? Something's falling around in the back. Okay. Yeah, it kind of stinks in here. I want to leave the windows open, but it's a little difficult. I had a big smelly bag of trash in the back. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good day. That's Monkoko64, welcome. I have to pay attention to the road, so I can't read every single message. All right. Yes, the Gas-stapo. That's a play on words there. It's probably kind of provocative, but I like it because that's usually the ones that give me good videos, good feedback. I get a lot of watch time and a lot of comments and a lot of new subscribers and a lot of people unsubscribe. So I get a lot of interaction from those provocative, which is okay. It's all for the good. Ellen, welcome. Yes, we're just going to give a minute for everybody to roll in here so we get to right to the point. See how many people can tune in. I know a lot of people are probably going to have a hard time with this time of the day again, because it's 1 in the afternoon, I guess. Here in Germany now it's a quarter after 5 in the afternoon, so that's hopefully on a Saturday a more convenient time than mostly during the week. I work 7-8 days a week on different jobs. My life is a full-time job. So tonight my buddy Chris wants to come up to the camp. We're gonna have a little bit of a grill out going on, but we gotta wait till it gets darker so the temperature drops down a little bit, so it's not so dangerous to start up the fire. It did rain a little bit this morning, surprised me. I was hoping for the rain to hit this evening, but it actually, when I woke up this morning, looked out the door, everything was wet, so that was good. So it's rained down a little bit. I filled up all my water jugs, hoping it would pour rain down from the sky sometime this weekend to fill up my IBC water tank, my 1,000 liter tank that I got hooked up to the roof of the blacksmith shop. Just getting on this real dangerous part of the Autobahn. Just 1 second. We usually lose reception right about here, so hang with me. I'm gonna... All right, here we are. So, here we go. As a lot of you might know, we've talked about this before, the gas shortage here in Europe, which is more or less going to affect the entire world. And really, it ties into a lot more than just the gas. I think this is just a big rabbit hole. The more I think about it, I was looking at a lot of things that were happening last year in different parts of the world, and now all the pieces of the puzzle seem to be kind of coming together a little bit. More and more evidence leans towards the fact that this is artificially on purpose. This crisis is artificially constructed on purpose. Well, I got everybody coming in here all at once. I gotta read their messages later when I get home, but I saw Curtis in there. Welcome everybody to the chat. I am extremely aggravated at the fact that I'm trying to read your message here. I'm extremely aggravated at the fact that the gas prices, if you go to the other countries of the EU, I think Germany is the biggest culprit right here. I would have to say Germany is like the center of the mastermind behind all of this trouble. The politicians here are worthless. They are causing everybody's personal misfortune here. In the wintertime, yes, exactly. This will lead to some sort of, this could lead to some physical harm here in the next fall when people's heat is turned off and people you have all these things that are coming together now. You have these farmers protests in now also in Belgium and Holland, which is rolling over across the border now into France and Germany as well. Nobody's talking about that, but I know for sure because I live in a farming community, and a lot of those people have open source information to what's going on in other neighboring countries right across the border. And now Germany's planning to implement a CO2 law that is similar to that what's going on in Holland right now. It's basically cutting everything, every agricultural aspect in half, which would also cut all the jobs in half, the food supply in half, and the drought we're having here isn't helping much either. Somewhere along the line, it's just all one big attack on our freedom. They could have done something about this a long time ago. It is scary times. It is a scary time. If you have children, it's even worse because you got to worry about how are you going to get them to grow up? What's it going to be like for them to grow up? And it's all this mainstream crap that they get fed on the internet every day in the school and in the news. You're trying to keep your children safe and open-minded and intelligent young men and women grow up to be, the next generation of leaders in this world. But they're being degraded down, mentally eroded, and poisoned by all of this misinformation. There's a word for you. And so it's going to be really tough. This bothers me a lot. I don't know what to say. I have no words for it, and I have to really turn down the volume a bit on my language because I have nothing but harsh words for these politicians that are going to just sit back and relax while they take away everybody's freedom on the backs of the poor working class society. I'm very angry. I grew up here in Mr. Hein in Germany, so this is my home. And when someone starts doing something like this to my home, I get very angry. And so I have to really think about, there's a lot we can do. Everybody in this community here can start to prepare themselves a little bit better, putting small amounts of this or that aside, looking where there's space to possibly produce different streams of income. If you're going to grow your vegetables, grow enough that maybe you can make a little bit off of them or trade for other things you may need. You're going to have to look at the growing your own food may become illegal in the future. Have you heard of that going as a possible contemplation? Because the seeds will be monopolized and you will not be able to reproduce seeds legally without breaking a law. And that's how they're going to get you. They're not going to say, oh, you may not have a garden. That's the fact that if they get to the point where they don't take away your property, in the first place, you paid for it, that's true, and you pay tax on it, which is a lie anyway. Why do I have to pay a tax on something that I paid for? It doesn't prove anything. If they want to come get it, they'll bring the state Gas-stapo down and kick your door in, and they'll take it. And then that's it. They'll be like, well, it's ours now. Because one person, like me or any one of you, is not going to be able to change the big picture. We have to do this together. Everybody has to work real hard to try to at least stand on their own feet, and then we can push back by not being part of that system in the first place. That's the first step. And awakening enough people to realize that. A lot of people are awakening now. A lot of people that were fine with the bullshit at first are now starting to say, well, wait a minute, this is not going to work out. This is going too far. This is absolutely not going to work. First, you have the EU making all these laws, globalizing the whole world into the same as Europe. So you're going to have all this one step closer to the one world government. But to do that, you have to depopulize everybody, kick everybody out of their homes, get rid of personal ownership of things. Yes, but see, the problem with standing up and fighting nowadays, Ellen, is that we just can't go out in the street and stand in the streets and say, okay, let's have it. There's so much technology There's so much infrastructure in place right now. This video is probably being watched by 1 million of the watchers, let's call them, to see if this isn't potentially a dangerous video for people to watch, because it might inspire people to think, to get their brains working. It might inspire people to speak out loudly against the common interest of the government, or the establishment, let's put it that way. I think there's people in the government that try to do good, but they're silenced. They're silenced by the massive flood. They're silenced just the same way that we are. And so they're told, you either do as you're told, or fine, we'll get rid of you. We'll put other people in place. That's what the deal is. There we go. Yeah, we got disconnected there for a little bit. Wonder if that's coincidence, but it's always on this spot on the auto. I know there's a couple of spots we can connect. So yeah, I left with a rant. You know, the EU is paying. They have a contract with Russia to pay for the gas, regardless if they sanction it and say, we're not going to take your gas because you're evil. I say, all right, you idiots are still paying for it. I hope you know that. And by the way, so who wants Germany's paid for gas at a cheaper rate? And then Iran, over here, because we're going to go ahead and jack the price up and sell it right back to Germany, because those idiots will buy it thinking they're screwing over Russia. And then Germany buys the gas from Iran for 4 times the price that they already paid for once with Russia. And the most common person on the street has no clue about this, because they don't look past the smoke screen. They don't look past the basics, what's going on in Ukraine. Everything gets blamed on the Ukraine. Gas prices in the Ukraine. Go to Czech Republic. See, a liter of fuel there costs 1/4 of that, what it costs in Germany. A lot of the other outlying EU countries, the same bullshit. You got the fuel cost almost 1/4 less, at least, what it costs in Germany. And then the German government's like, well, we're gonna give you guys a break. We're gonna be the heroes. We're gonna lower the gas prices as much as 4 to 5 cents. It's ridiculous, just ridiculous. Making fools out of people. Especially, they can make fools out of fools all they want, but they can make fools out of me. That's what's really insulting. Very, very insulting. Yeah, so it's and it's people like me then that try to speak out that are labeled with, you know, all the bad words. So that's just something that I wanted to get off my heart today, to go into this weekend that I've been so waiting for. I was at a funeral for a good friend's wife yesterday. That wasn't so nice. It was something that was on my week schedule, and that's over with now, and now we can look forward to new goals. I'm combating. So they have that this survey going on in Germany. It's called the Census 2022, in which they want to know from you. You have to fill it out, although they know this information already from the databases that are available to them. They want to count the people. If they want to count the people, they know how many people are already paying taxes, since in Germany, you're obligated to register at your address. They know how many people live here. They know how many people, what age and wage group you are, because you pay into the insurance tax. But they want from you the information of your house. How many square meters is it? How many rooms you have, how you use the rooms, how many rooms are livable, how you heat your home, with what kind of heat you use, how old the heating system is, when it was last tested, who lives in your house, what age they are, what profession they are, and a whole bunch of other super personal questions that I told them. You know, I was like, this is data law. We have the German Datenschutzgesetz. Now there's a guy driving his bicycle in the middle of the road with his butt hanging out the back. I wish you guys could have seen that. It was just disgusting. I just had to pass that guy, interrupting my conversation here. Anyway, Datenschutzgesetz says that any information that is given or is obtained through legal ways must stay secure. And now, when this census survey came out, it was publicly announced that they were saving those informations from personalized information on servers in the USA, which is a big confrontation. There is a beautiful Volkswagen Golf GTI that just drove by, almost like the one I used to own. So then a big thing came out. People weren't paying attention. They were collecting data and saving it on servers in the USA because they didn't have a server here in Germany that was big enough to handle that. And a lot of people got mad about that. So I guess they changed that now. After I wrote a nasty letter saying I don't agree, and I basically kindly declined. And they wrote me a big nasty court letter. It was like 15 pages long. Why I'm such a terrible person. Yeah, and they threaten me with all kinds of threats that they, and words they use, the language they use is words that normal people don't understand. Judicial German language is like Chinese. You can see the words, read them, but you don't know what they mean in contrast to what you would regularly contemplate about what they would regularly mean. So, and now I'm really worried about that. I'm trying to figure that out. That's really making me a little bit nervous. That's a big thing going on right now. Why would they want to know something they already know from me personally? And then they're going to question you the same thing again when they do the ground tax they're going to revamp the ground tax law, and the same questions are going to be asked again. So why are you going to ask me? You already know where I live, who lives with me in my house, how big my house is, what I pay on tax, and you guys already have all that. Why do you want to know again? They want to hear it from me. So they want to illuminate, and humiliation. I think that's one of the other things was they want you to be transparent completely from your fingertip to your toe. They want to know every little aspect of your life and have control over information. You have to control somebody because you have information that gives you access to how they live, with who they live, what your routines are, what your habits are, and then you can be very easily manipulated or canceled. So that's a really big problem right now, and I'm facing to worry about that. And I'm going to drive home now real quick to the Viking camp to grab my ice box, empty it out, and go back down to the local supermarket. And my buddy Chris is going to come up tonight. We're going to have a little bit of a hangout tonight. Get to chat about these topics here. He's a very politically intelligent person, and contemplate about our next move here. So I'm almost there now. Probably another 2 minutes. I gotta drive this windy road up the hill here. Well, I hope everybody, all of you guys, are doing great on this Saturday evening. Oh man, it's a quarter tank of gas down. I gotta go get fuel. Yes, that's gonna be awesome adventure. It's weekend too, so they jack the prices up on the weekend because they can. Yeah, because they can. That's really awesome. That's another ironic thing I read today. Energy lockdowns. They're gonna make you turn off your lights. They're gonna make you shut your doors. They're gonna make you park your car, and they're gonna make you stay at home in your non-air conditioned or non-heated home for climate protection. For climate protection. You wave at the weather guy. He's always nice. He sits at the corner there. Oh, we have Björn. Welcome, Björn. Welcome to the chat. I'm almost now at the Viking camp. I was just ranting a little bit about the Gas-stapo. Kind of a pun there. That's kind of a provocative one, but I was very angry today about the gas price and a lot of the humiliating situation going on here in Germany right now. What was I going to say? I forgot. I feel like Joe Biden. Oh yeah, we're going to just randomly say something and shake hands to invisible ghosts. But that's Let's not talk about that guy now. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I took the skid steer and I repaved well, I took the top layer of the really bumpy road to the Viking camp down just a couple inches. And it's not so much so bumpy. Well, that one right there. In some spots, I didn't do a very good job. But I did the first half. Yeah. All right, we are at the Viking camp. Everybody loves Bjorn. That'd be a cool t-shirt. My bees look like they're doing well. Yes, almost there. I'll park the van and then we can end the chat. Okay. Back up. I'm really excited to use my new anvil. I haven't got to break that in yet today. The sun was still too hot. Of course. Yes, I'm great too, I know. We all know that. I have a great community. All you guys, part of the whole deal here. Without you guys, this would be nothing, this channel. Me talking to nobody. So, yeah, basically today was, they have a very long and gruesome week. Was it closed? Let me see what the chat says here. Let me see what we got going on here. Chats, all the messages are visible. There we go. With the gas station, Bjorn, I'm not sure what you were asking there. Anyway, I do have to go to the gas station, and I went last week to get fuel. The gas station, yes, Bjorn. Last week, I went to the gas station last week, and the gas station had no more fuel. They were closing up due to no fuel again. I posted several times now. Let me open the door so I could get some fresh air. I opened the, I didn't open the gas station. I went to the gas station last week. It was Tuesday or Thursday to just fill up. Maybe just, I keep my tank topped at like full. So I really, oh, that sounds really good, Moncoco 64. That's a really good drink you got mixed up there. Sounds really delicious. So I went last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, to try to top off my tank, and I was lucky to get diesel. But Super and Super Plus were sold out, and the guy said, in another hour, I'm going to close the gas station and go home because there won't be any more. Well, Mad Max, it's far from that, actually, and I hope it never gets to that because that's going to be... In the movie, it's the surreal idea about motor vehicles running around in the desert for water is super ironic. It's a cool movie. I like the movies, but it's going to be a lot worse than what you see there. There won't be any motor vehicles racing around trying to get clean water. There will be hordes of people that have nothing, that didn't prepare, or somehow haven't prepared enough for it. Thought they were prepared. And there will be hordes of people looking for people that have. Hello, Wyandanno, welcome. And that's what's going to be the problem. And the first problem is the biggest threat is going to be the government. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Bjorn, that's right. It's not funny, we laugh about it, but it's dead serious. And I'm really on a rant today. I'm really angry. So I'm a bit charged up. So what was I going to say? Yeah, there won't be any. The biggest threat will be the government coming to get your resources first. And then, because they want to know, that's what this census is about. They want to know where people are that they will need in the crisis. They're going to come get doctors. They're going to come get lawyers and healthcare professionals. They're going to take them to FEMA camps. We don't have that in Germany, but we have... that can quickly change. If you've seen what's going on in Australia, the model for that idea, that's basically realistically doable overnight. Yeah, I guess being homeless does have a silver lining, but it's not something that it's not as there's a cause that there's so many homeless people, and that's another reason, again, is the fault is the government's infrastructure. But Bjorn, it was funny you said that that why I laughed at your comment with the homeless guy to carry you. Um, I haven't seen Seinfeld. I'd have to look up that. But Bjorn, the reason I thought it was so funny is because my buddy James, he's from Africa, and down there, he got kidnapped once. I shouldn't say this story on YouTube, but it's funny. Speaking of, he might come back to Germany tomorrow, which would be really cool. But he hasn't said anything yet, so I hope he doesn't call me up at 4 in the morning. Come pick me up from the airport, which would, that was, I was hoping I'd have a head start to that. So, but my buddy James from Africa, he got kidnapped and put by the corrupt police and put in Africa prison. And the prison king there, they had this guy that was in prison forever. He was like the prison king. He weighed like 300 pounds, and he had like 5 people carry him around all the time. And that's where I came into where where you said that. No, I'm not laughing at the homeless, Bob. It's about the idea that I was laughing when Bjorn said that about the story that I just had explained. Somebody's racing through the woods in a quad. Yes, but very interesting. Yeah, I hope it doesn't get to that. I'm buying every bit of equipment I can right now, so I've spent the fair amount of my investments right now, so I have to really save up some money again. What we got? I'm reading the comments. Okay. I'll go check. Maybe I'll Google it later when I get back. I'm just on a swing through up here to the Viking camp. I have to grab my cooler. My buddy's coming up here tonight. We're going to sit down. This is kind of like my SHTF buddy. We're going to sit down and basically talk the same things we're talking here, a little bit more down in detail, and try to figure some things out. Is this crap working? I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know, Billy Wonka, what you're talking about here. How much equipment do I carry in my backpack? It's about my bug out bag weighs about 10 kilos, which is the standard Marschgepäck, we say in German. Bundeswehr. It's a 10-kilo pack with what you need to stay mobile. I have, and I pack a couple extra things for the dogs too. So, yeah, Luke and Mom, that sounds good. Yes, I did some more excavating yesterday, and I found an awesome, real big piece of jasper. I thought you guys might think that's interesting. My van still smells like that trash. I had a bag of trash sitting here. Oh, it was disgusting. Normally I recycle everything, but this was kind of like let's clean out the car, let's clean out the Viking camp. Hey, we had a barbecue, there's stuff left over. Let's just all throw this in this bag. And this it's like an empty thing of dog food. We used it as a trash collection. And it sat around for 2 weeks in the sun. And now I was like, what does that smell? And we discovered that was the bag of trash. And I took that bag of trash today to the my belt's pinching me. I took that bag of trash to the dump today, and it smelled up the car so bad. I left it in the van overnight because it was smelling up the house so bad I couldn't sleep. So I had to park it in the van. It was so disgusting, and I still have that stench. It's still in here. I'm gonna air the van out tonight. I'm gonna leave all the doors and windows open. Yeah, okay, guys. That would be all for today. 30 minutes. Wow, it was a little bit longer than usual. But I really appreciate everybody for stopping by. Pooh Bear, oh, he was all excited. He was like, ooh, what's that? Exciting. He got some of my lunch today. Pooh Bear got some of my sesame chicken. I gave him the last piece. I always share my... See, if the world came to an end, one big blessing in all of the sadness that Gonzo is no longer there. I no longer have to worry about what would I do in the end of days if I have to feed him, he's so allergic to all this food and he can only eat certain things and he's my best friend, there would be no, and there is one blessing in the fact that he has now moved on, that I no longer have to worry. I can feed Pooh Bear with whatever it is I have to eat, and I'll gladly share half my portions with him if that's the case. So that's one thing I'm thankful for. So you guys have to look at the bright side, I guess, the positive aspect of things. It's how life throws us curveballs sometimes. You know, in the end, we may be looking back at it and say, well, no, this only worked because of this situation, you know. So, okay, I'm going to end the stream. And I wish all of you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see what I'll be up to this weekend. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what I'll be able to film. I'll be doing a lot of garden work. And I really hope to fire up the forge and break in the new anvil. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Like always. Thank you, Bjorn. Thank you for stopping by. I'll catch you later. And thank you for everybody for tuning in. Like always, stay safe and see you soon.